Back to the Basics is a thought-provoking podcast that highlights and celebrates Black culture, news, family, and community.
With J. Herb and 52 The Boss.
Yes, sir. We are back once again with another episode of Black to the Basics, aka the People's Podcast. I am your host and one half, Mr. 52 The Balls, here with my man.
It's your boy J. Herb, man, checking in. What's going on?
I'm excited, bro.
Yeah, man. It's been a long day, man, but I'm excited to be here, man. It's been a while since we've been in front of the camera, so
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Doc?
Hey, man, it's a very special day. Y'all know anytime we get an opportunity to be on a mic, we always say it's special. And that's really no different than today. But you know what today is, Doc?
What's today, Doc?
Today is episode 100. This is episode 100 today.
Nah, dog.
Like, episode 100 today. We've been doing, this is our 5th season. This is episode 100. So we've had
How long we been doing this, man?
2 years. Just over 2 years.
Why it seems like we've been doing this forever? That's phenomenal, man. And first and foremost, thank you to all the loyal supporters, the kinfolk out there. For us to even be at our 100th episode, man, means so much, man. So thank you for tuning in and listening and supporting, man.
Y'all want to send us something? BDB_podcast.
Absolutely.
On all platforms. Cake, cupcakes, pies.
Shirts, you know what I'm saying? Anything, man. We'll be greatly appreciated.
How you feeling, man? We made it to 100 episodes, man. This is the point where people say, like, you decide on where you gonna go. Like, if you gonna keep going, you gonna go a different direction.
I think we're right on track, man. I think with the things that we have coming in the future,
right.
So please stay tuned. I think we're right at that point to where, like you said, you know, this is where, you know, people decide to take off, and I think we're literally right at the launching pad, and we're getting ready to take off, man. It's gonna get real scary over the next couple months, man. So just be on the lookout.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna make it happen, man. I am so thankful for the kinfolk, for the the loyal listeners, the people who started from day one with us. The people who stopped listening and came back, we still rock with y'all.
Still rocking, absolutely.
For the people that occasionally check us out, or people just trying to see what's going on, man, thank y'all for the support, for always, keeping us on our game, making sure that we're talking about relevant topics. To all the guests that we've had,
absolutely.
Shout out to y'all. We definitely want more. So if you're interested in message,
hit us up.
Yeah, message us, man.
Hey, shout out also too, man. I said it before, but shout out to the people overseas that when those numbers come in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you found this, but hey, we appreciate it. So shout out to all our overseas listeners, man. It means a lot.
Hey, man. So, yes, thank you for 100 episodes. This is the 100th episode. So, shout out to that, man. We've definitely pushed through. We've persevered through a lot. We've made it. And we just going to continue to grow from here, man. But, man, there's a lot going on in the world right now, man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
And today we want to kind of switch it up, man. It's been a while since we actually done a video episode, man. Yeah. I feel like it's the season finale. Every time it's season finale, we try to do something big, man.
Try to do something different each year, elevate. I keep saying each year, like it feel like
we've been doing it. Second year,
but it feel like we've been doing it for like 5+ years, man. So I'm excited for the things to come. I'm excited for today. I had no idea we were at 100 episodes already. 100. I'm learning something new today too. So yeah, man, I'm about to get extra hype, man. 100 episodes. That's a huge accomplishment.
Oh yeah,
so
not a lot of people are able to make it this far, so we're thankful and grateful for the opportunity for us to do this far. As you see, we got the whole little setup for our sneakerheads and people in the community. You kind of already know these. If you don't worry. We're gonna get into it.
As the old folks say, we're gonna learn you today.
We're gonna learn you, man. So we're gonna just man dive right into it. Like I said, we thankful for the 100th episode. Grateful that this is the season finale. We made it, and we're going to continue. But today, man, I want to get into shoes.
Yeah.
Both of us are, I would say sneaker. You're a sneakerhead.
I am.
I'm a sneaker admirer. Right? There's a difference. So, today's episode, we're going to call it, Is It the Shoes? Okay. I feel like when it comes to sneakers and just shoes in general, like, we as a culture, we're high consumers of it. Yeah. Right? And we're big on when it comes to sneakers and how it affects us and how we react and how things go. So we want to dive right into the, shoe episode today. So what is, for the people who don't know, or for the people who may or may not call themselves, like, how would you define a sneakerhead? Like, what's a sneakerhead to you?
A sneakerhead to me is someone that collects all forms of sneakers, right? So here's the thing: if your shoe closet is nothing but Jordans, right?
Right.
You're not a sneakerhead. You're a Jordan shoe fanatic.
Okay. Okay.
So
it's different.
It's a
levels
difference.
To this.
So it's levels. So you got to have all different flavors of sneakers. You're not in it for the resale game. Like you see people now, like I'm gonna just get these shoes, and if I wear a size 9, you wear a size 15, you gonna buy my 9 so you can turn around and flip them. It's not a sneakerhead, ladies and gentlemen. Sneakerheads appreciate, your history, where they come from. It's not a game. It's almost just like the waiver community, which I didn't realize was such a big thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my definition of sneakerhead. What about yourself?
I would kind of agree. I would never say someone who just has one particular brand of shoe or a style of shoe would be sneakerhead. I think you got to expand a little bit more to different things, like not just Reebok, like Nikes, Adidas, other brands that you want to rock.
You got to have everything.
I feel like you got to have something in your arsenal. I know when I was younger, we looked at sneakerheads as people who had different ones. Like,
Absolutely.
Oh, you got the Adidas on, you got the Chucks on.
Yeah.
You got your Sauconys for the people who know about that.
Yeah, right.
Polo boots, Nike boots, whatever. Like, I feel like when you think about sneakerhead, it just meaning, I look at it, one, as somebody who admires sneakers to a point that it has some type of meaning to them.
Absolutely.
Or purpose or whatever you want to call it for that.
So here's another thing too, for all my sneakerheads out there. If you're a true sneakerhead, you got 1 or 2 pairs in your closet that's tucked away that don't nobody got, right? So I got a couple pairs of sneakers, exclusive that way. Like if I put a pair on, I know for a fact I can go in the crowd with 1,000 people. You're not going to see anybody else with these pairs of sneakers. So all the sneakerheads know.
Gotta have some exclusives.
It's a good feeling to know that I can go to the mall. So you know what? I'm gonna put these on a sneaker release day, right?
Oh, okay.
They be like, when those drop? Oh, a couple years you ain't got these. Don't even work. Keep moving. That's a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's a true sneakerhead right there.
So how did you get into the sneaker game? Like, was it, you had a sibling or a family member or somebody put you on, or what was your intro?
So man, I've always loved sneakers from when my grandmother started my sneaker addiction. About 5-6 years old. And for those that don't know, I'm about to show my age a little bit. The first pair of $100 sneakers, they were the Reebok pumps. My grandmother bought me a pair, even though my dad told her, no, don't buy him them sneakers. I was the only kid in the school with the Reebok pumps on, and that was an amazing feeling when I can walk past, hit that little basketball, pump them joints up. I thought I was gonna be able to jump out the gym. So that's what really started my whole sneaker addiction and my love for all kinds of sneakers, man. What about yourself, man? Can you think of an iconic moment where you're like, man?
Yeah, for me, I mean, sneakers, it was an early intro. My mother was, I would say my mother had me as a teenager at 18, so I always watch her have every flavor of sneakers. So she was a person that if she had one sneaker, it was like in 5 different flavors. Like she had Chucks, she had 5 different colors.
Right.
She had New Balance, she had a bunch of different colors. So I always admired that. But I also have to credit my cousin, shout out to my cousin Shirley she really put me on to really different types of sneakers, like Asics and things that people weren't normally wearing. Like you said, to your point, like people weren't rocking it. So it's always, like you said, good to have a sneaker that
that ain't nobody else
gonna
have.
A bunch of people not gonna have. So my cousin Shirley would even come to my basketball games, and first thing we going to get some shoes. Yeah. Anytime I seen it, like, cuz, what you got? You ain't seen these? I'm like, oh, let me see that. I think that was really where I started to see, like, okay, wow, this I really like this, because I mean, when you think about it, sneakers is when you start to get into it and kind of find your own flavor, it's a great feeling.
Man, listen,
it's different.
It sets off your fit, and true sneakerheads know, and I keep saying true sneakerheads because a lot of imposters out there won't get into it. Like when you go to a place, the first thing that we look, you only look at your feet or fit. Right. They look right down the shoe. Like, okay, what the shoe game look like? See if it go with the rest of the outfit. So. I just find that funny. Like I see people all the time. Like I can have something on, and people just looking down. You see them tapping their man's like, yo. So that that's, and then you just give them the head nod like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So absolutely.
But I mean, we got a lot of pair of Jordans. We got some Yeezys up here. You know what I'm saying. So other than, let's take out Jordan, because we know Jordan brand is iconic.
Iconic, right?
It's iconic. So other than Jordan, what other brands or even like athlete type shoes would you wear? Besides Jordan, like what would be your go-to?
So
if you had to pick some others besides Jordan.
I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off. So like one of my favorite sneakers of all time, right, is the foam posits, as you see right here.
Right.
My favorite basketball player is Kobe Bryant. Magic Johnson second, then Penny Hardaway's third, then Shaq. But when Penny came out, he was rocking the foams, and I was like, being that he was one of my favorite players I looked up to. And then when I saw Mike Bibby when he was at, I believe it was Arizona, in the NCAA tournament, he came out with the royal blue jaw. I was like, yo, listen, I have to have those sneakers. They were like $220 then. So Lisa said it took me a while to get them,
right?
But that just did it for me, man. And then growing up in the DC, Virginia area, DC foams is a staple in that area, man. So absolutely, that's what did it for me, man. So shout out to Penny Hardaway, man. If it wasn't for that sneaker, even though I like Jordans, but when I saw that foam, I said, yeah, I gotta have them. So absolutely,
foam's definitely on point. Even other athletes, when AI came out with the questions.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Like the blue ones and then the red ones, like just remembering seeing that, because at the same time we watch AI cross over Jordan and be on the bus the next day talking about, did you say that, man?
Listen.
To see this dude come in, and like you said, he's iconic, like one of the most iconic NBA players or just players ever, just because what he represents of the culture. And rocking do-rags and changed everything.
Tattoos, cornrows,
he was literally
everything.
Like,
right.
That's like somebody in my block, on my neighborhood that's dressing like that. So definitely, I have to say AI.
I'm about to leave. Man, Lord forgive me for this one. I almost left him out. When Deion dropped the Diamond Turfs.
Oh, yeah, Turfs. Yep,
come on, man. Yep. The Bo Jackson trainers.
Yeah, you got Griffey's.
You got the Griffey's.
You can even go Shaq. The Shaq.
The Shaq-nosis, right.
Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp joint. Listen, the Tim Hardaway Air Raid joints. A lot of people don't even know about the Air Raids, man. My man, the little boy, had them on in Menace to Society. Go back and take a look. On the big wheel. Don't ask me how I know that.
Right.
The Air Raids was tough, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of other, brands for it too. But even now, and I know a lot of, it's not everyone only thinks Jordan now, but even I still like LeBron's.
Yeah, absolutely. The LeBron
I think
threes.
There's so many different ones, from the 4s, the 8s, the 9s. When they had all the crazy colors, the 10s.
Yeah, I still got my South Beach 9s, by the way.
Crazy.
Right.
Even KD's has a lot of options as well.
Yep.
For it.
The Mumbo Sauce joint, Aunt Pearls, he has an Aunt Pearl. And every number, all of them. So yes.
Yeah, so it's a lot of different ones other than Jordan. So I just want to show that, like, it ain't just Jordans that.
No. Because like I said, I know we got Jordans up here, man. But at the end of the day, like, I have all, we both have all kinds of, brands. Even taking it back to the New Balances, you know what I'm saying, or the Sauconys back in the day, you know what I'm saying. It's just, yes, man. When people was rocking the Air Force One, so we were wearing them before Nelly made it popping. You know what I'm saying. So I just want to put that out there. And where I come from, we don't call them Air Force Ones. We call them DC. So shout out to all my Virginia heads for that. But yeah, man,
people call it. I heard all.
Yeah, I mean, you call them uptowns, fat heads. I done heard all kinds, but it's
regional. It depends on where you are. You're gonna be called different things.
Right.
Forces, like I don't know. I can't keep up with all of them. So you mentioned about the expensive shoes that you had was the pumps, but take us other than that shoe. Can you think of any other moment where it was like huge for you when you got a certain sneaker, or there was one you wanted, whether it was when you got an adult and got to get your own?
Yeah.
Take us to
I'm
that.
trying to think. Oh, so my Galaxy phone posits that I have. I should have brought them, but
you actually have.
I do. And at the amazing store how I came up, I don't think the gentleman I bought it from knew what he had. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to get rid of them. It was a Christmas Eve a couple years ago. About 6-7 years ago.
Right.
And he had them listed online for a certain price. And when I looked on the eBay seller, the location said Norfolk, Virginia. I'm like, oh, I'm in Norfolk. I'm pretty sure he wants cash now. So I sent him a message offline. Look, man, this is what you're asking for. It's Christmas Eve. I can give you this right now. He said, all right, bet.
Let's run it.
I met him at the Kmart's. I don't even know if the Kmart's exist anymore. Met him off the Kmart in on Military Highway in the public setting just to make sure, you know what I'm saying?
Everything was good.
Everything was good. looked at the shoes, everything was authentic, and then he was like, oh, okay, cool. And his man was tapping like, man, I was like, all right, I'm out of here, and got on with it. So, but that came at a time because at that same very night, my bank account had got hacked from somebody in England. Like, so Christmas Eve, I had just literally took the money out my account to get my sneakers. So
look at this nigga guy.
they looked out for me because I woke up the next morning. I got a call from Navy Federal. Shout out to Navy Federal. They was like, yeah, we had some suspicious activity in your account. You were in London. I was like, look, man, you can clearly see I took this money out on the military highway. Way. So, yeah, had that happened before, I wouldn't have been able to get my sneakers. So, I would say that would be an iconic moment for me for my phones.
I would say my real first one that I really can think of that was part important when it comes to J's was, if you remember, the Hair Jordans.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I remember I was a huge Looney Tunes fan. Bugs Bunny was the guy. Everybody knows.
Now, this is when the cars still came in the box.
Yes.
A lot of y'all don't know about that.
Right. And then not only that, they had the whole poster. They had the commercial with Mike and Bugs Bunny. And I went with my grandmother, and we went in Foot Locker. We was in Foot Locker on King Street, downtown. We go to the Foot Locker, and our grandma looked at me like, that look when you looking like. She's like, what you looking at over there?
Look, I hope she get me.
Right, I'm like, she like, what you like those? I'm like, mm-hmm. So I tell my grandma, like, y'all really want this. And my mom happened to be there, but then she actually left to go another store. So I'm looking at the shoes like, let's just see if they got my size.
Right.
Try them on. I'm like, oh my God, they feel so amazing. Put them joints on. She's like, you like them? I'm like, yeah. She's like, all right, we're going to go get them. But I have never felt so much joy with a sneaker. I remember coming back and my mom was so mad because them shoes were over $100.
That's why you're trying to hurry up before mom came back.
I was trying to get those shoes, man, when I got that. And that's back when they had the Tunes shirt, like the Looney Tunes and everything. Man, I had the shirt to go with it, man.
See, that's what
I took them shoes off, make sure I cleaned them, put them in a box. Like, I didn't wear them other than school that was like my first real intro to like Jordans and like high expensive shoes. Like, that was it for me.
Man, I remember that because I remember just thinking about the original Aqua 8s when they had the big poster come out. See, they don't even do the sneaker release like that more. They had like the whole, the matching T-shirt, posters, everything, and it was like collector's items.
You get some shorts.
Like they had everything
with it, headband,
and everything
20,
everything matched to the T to the sneaker, man. I just don't. You don't see it like you don't see that no more, man. It's crazy.
So you talked about when you were the pumps and different sneakers you got. So what point did you turn or you feel like, all right, I'm really into sneaker? Like when do you consider yourself a sneakerhead?
So
some people start off, like when I first get the shoes, they knew from that moment or
no. So for me, so I'm the oldest of 6, right? So growing up, you can imagine, like, we had things, but I wasn't. I had to take care of my shoes for one, and two, I wasn't able to get certain sneakers that I might have wanted because, like I said, it was 6 of us. So when I told myself, once I get my first job, I can make my own money, I'm gonna just buy everything that I couldn't get.
Right.
I was growing up, so I remember like yesterday, I had my first job, my check. After 2 weeks, it was like $167, right? The playoff 12s had just came out, the black and white joints, not the taxis. Playoff 12s, right?
Yeah.
Them joints back in the day, they was $150, $165 with tax. So I took my paycheck, said, I got enough. Spent my first paycheck on them sneakers, man. And ever since then, it was a wrap.
So you've experienced getting paid and being broke for the next 2 weeks?
Absolutely.
I remember working in the mall. You get them shoes, you fly, my boy.
Man, listen.
You can't get out that food court none of that week.
That
boy.
was
you
it.
So,
look, my feet was fresh, my pockets were light, and I was stuffed. But I was like, you know what? I got them shoes, though. That was a great feeling because, one, I got a sneaker. This is when you can wake up and go to the mall at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday and be good.
Yeah.
And then it was like something that I bought, like with my money. I didn't have to ask. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It was. I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I don't ever think that I realized that I was a sneakerhead. So I think probably somebody I was dating or like, yo, you always on sneakers. But to your point, if you know you're not gonna get like every shoe or a bunch of different ones, like when you do get some,
it's a different meaning,
it lasts forever. Like I have shoes now that are 6, 7, 8 years old. People are like, yo, when those? Like I've been had these, man. And I take care of like shoes. And I remember my mom joke said, I've never even seen you wear a dirty pair of shoes. Yeah. And I had to think like, you might be on to something. Right. But again, when you start to think about, like you said, those moments of like, hey, these my school shoes. I'm not getting no more until like, Christmas time. Right. You want me to get that Christmas pair.
So it was a double meaning because then you learn to appreciate the things that you have. It's like, now, you can go buy whatever you want. You're like, I buy another pair. But back then that taught some, like I said, some self-restraint. And just because, let alone somebody stepped in your sneakers, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, I got to get the stain out or it's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And also, I recall, too, speaking of my grandma, may she forever rest in peace, I'm a huge Randy Moss fan. Anything Randy Moss.
I already know where you're going. The Super Freaks,
right? Super Freaks came out, the original white, black, and purple
joints.
Oh, my gosh. I had that. I had the jersey with it. Of course, he comes out with a white and red pair.
White and red.
Black and silver.
He had all black.
And I remember I had the white and purple ones. I was good. I worked that summer. I got that paid for. And those black and silver ones came out. And I remember going back home because I was living in NC. I went back home to VA. And I'm like, yo, I really want these shoes. And I was trying to get my mom. She was like, it's a no. So I go back. I hop on the ground to go back home to North Carolina. And I call my grandmother. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, what's wrong? I know something wrong with you, baby. No, I just want these shoes. She's like, okay. Like an hour later, hey, just go ahead and go to that Western Union. I sent you the money. Send me $160, boy.
Look,
so all my people in NC. That's what South Square Mall was there. Caught the bus
to go get your sneakers.
Go get them shoes. I ain't had no money for no snacks or nothing. I had just enough bus fare to get there. To the Western Union, get there, get the shoes. And I think for me, then I started to realize more and more like you really like shoes is your thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like everybody you got people game, you got people smoke, drink, all other things. But then you got people that's in the sneakers, and that was just something for me that I was like, okay, this is my thing. But why do you even think like with our culture, why do you think sneakers are so important?
Because we care about how we look when we leave the house. You know what I'm saying? Sure. We always have to work harder to do X, Y, and Z. So when you leave the house, you always gonna make sure, like, hey, am I presentable? You know what I'm saying? Do I look straight? Your parents and grandparents. Like for me, sometimes, like I know this is a bad habit. Like I'll get ready to go to the grocery store, and I'll be like, man, what kind of sneakers? What am I put on? You know what I'm saying? This is going to the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a little older. I might throw the Crocs on now, but back in the day, I like, if I could just be going to Walmart to get some bread, I would sit in my crib and make sure, like, okay, t-shirt, basketball shorts, what shoes I'm gonna wear, just in case somebody see me. I don't want to get caught as the young kids. I don't want to get caught lacking out here in these streets. So, but yeah, that's what
I definitely think. I agree with you to that. It's something about shoes. It's like I always look at it. It's the one thing that you can kind of control over everything else, right? Yeah. Because you can be into gaming or do different things like that, or do your hair a certain way. But having those shoes, especially if it's like your own flavor. Like, I don't care if you're having a bad day. If you got a fresh pair of shoes, like, everything changes, right? And you have a horrible day and be like, man, I'm looking clean.
Hey, look, man.
It just changes. Even, at least for me, it's always changed my outlook on everything. Like, I can have a bad day, but that first, when you pop that box open, you get that fresh new shoe.
And you peel that paper back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Factory lace, right? See? You know what I'm saying? Get nice shoe smell in there. It's just something about that to me that's always stood out. But I do know that we as a culture, we try to always stand out and make sure we look, like you said, presentable, look nice.
Yeah.
And that can be from trace way back when.
Yeah, way back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Even now, but you definitely get treated much different when you dress presentable.
Yeah, listen, as you say. Man, listen, I'm telling you, like you have on a nice pair of sneakers, they clean. You know what I'm saying? You get people just be, hey man, how you doing? Whatever situation, and then I give you another instance, like back in the day when we used to stand on quote unquote line for sneakers. Mm-hmm. Those memories were like priceless. Like, because even if you had to get up and go stand in line in the morning, you think of all the people. And this is when people were truly into sneakers. The different stories, like when the sneaker. Well, where was you at when this sneaker came out? Or you ain't got this, and it was like, you know what I'm saying? You connected with people.
What time you gonna be in the morning?
You know what I'm saying? You network. So now the next sneaker line release. You got people you know what I'm saying? So
such as they got an extra shipment.
That community, like if you was with the right people, it definitely was a great thing. Because I have definitely copped some sneakers that I shouldn't been able to get because somebody I was online with was like, hey, dog, I'm at this mall. They got, what size you need? All right, I got you. Now, mind you, I just met this person a couple weeks ago, but it's almost like a brother or sisterhood. You know what I mean?
It looks out for it. And it's, like you said, people look out for it. You see different things. And it's a good conversation starter, too, when you talking about shoes. You go to an event. You can go to an event you don't even want to go to. You see somebody that's sneakerhead, they know, hey, I see you got them 11s. And then you start talking, yeah, what you got? And let me show you. They start showing, look at my display in the house.
What kind of sneaker plugs you got? You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing when it's done correctly. You know what I'm saying?
But now on the flip side of that, though, there's a lot of violence. There's a lot of incidents. There's a lot of things that are surrounded around the sneaker release, right? You got people now, they, breaking into stuff, stealing stuff. You got people getting stabbed, shot, robbed. Who is to blame for that?
The companies, for one. Now, here, I don't promote any type of violence for any type of merchandise, product. Right. It's unacceptable. Yeah. But these companies have realized, like, you know what? We make more money when we make something rare. So what does that do for the children or the people that save their money? Like, okay, if a sneaker store has got, 30 pairs, but we only gonna sell 10. It creates the buzz. So now people are like, okay, cool. I can't get them, so I'm going to do whatever I can to get them. That's what anything in life. So if, I blame the companies, right? Mm-hmm. You should make enough. Now, I'm not saying everything should be, like mass quantity. Right. But the sneakers shouldn't be so rare that you can't get a hold of them, or if you do,
they got
the price goes up.
Yeah, 50,000 pairs, and you got 1 million people that want them. Like,
right, yeah. You're just creating.
And it definitely, when we were teenagers and even younger, like, you definitely knew that you could, like you said, you can go to the store, to the mall, and go get the shoes.
A few days after release. And then sneakers used to drop on Tuesdays. Like, Foot Locker used to, before they got in trouble and lost their Jordan license for a while, but they used to release Jordans on Tuesday. A lot of people don't even remember that. Like, you can go on a Tuesday, or if the shoe came out on Tuesday, you can go on a Saturday after the routine was you get up, you go get your hair cut, go to the mall, go get your fresh pair of sneakers. You can't even do that no more. If you're not in front of your laptop, computer, you ain't got your grandmother, grandfather, all these devices, 9 times out of 10, you're not getting those sneakers. The game is just so messed up now, man.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned. Okay, so is the game better now with that being able to, because you got access to a lot more digital now. You ain't got to sit up and go out there and wait in the line for it.
It's horrible.
You don't like that, though?
It's horrible. No, so, all right, twofold. I do like the fact that you can, purchase things online, right? Right. The bad part about that is you have a lot of people with these sneaker bots that get online, and it's just no way to.
They're not gonna die, and they already got
the playing
field. It ain't even been 10 seconds.
The playing field is not even. At least back in the, I keep saying back in the. At least if you went to go stand online, I knew if I got up early enough, I can go get in line. I can go get a sneaker. I don't have to worry about 5 or 6 bots that as soon as it says now release, add to cart. I just don't understand that. Please, one of our kinfolk out there, if you work for some kind of company, let me know how that's possible. Because if I'm in front of my computer, hard line into the internet, soon as a sneaker goes released, I click add to cart. It says, sorry, we've been sold out. I don't understand.
You don't even get to select your size.
I don't even understand that. Help me out. Help me out,
I
please.
mean, I do love the idea that you can go online and get it. It's great, right? When it works, right? When it works, it's great.
Awesome.
You can hit that, boom, 2 days, you get it, no problem. The raffle things, like, at some point, before they used to do it, like when we was in college and even high school, they had raffles, but it was like completely different. Like you went there,
got a ticket. They called you. They wrote your number down.
Say, hey, you good? Nah, you gotta do something else.
Now people just they do a raffle just for the sake of the raffle, and then you never get those phone calls. That's why they went to the digital raffle.
And I feel like now on top of that, people are getting shoes and don't even want the shoes.
No.
Like, they literally just looking, okay, what's going to be the resale for this? And they're getting shoes that, like you said, they wear 15 and they're getting all the 9.
I used to hate that, man. Listen.
Like, why are you walking out here with a 9?
I used to hate that. When I used to manage and run a sneaker store, right? So now I used to see cats come in line and be like, oh, yeah, I need a size 8 or size 9. Well, we all sold out, homie. Well, what size you got left? I got 11 and a half.
Yeah,
now, mind you, you 4'5". What you doing walking out with 11 and a half? Now I gotta tell my mans that's behind you, yeah, dog, he just bought the last 11 and a half. Like,
that used to happen all the time. I remember I remember one time I bought the military force, and I went, what size? 11. Dude behind me was like 9.5. And the dude behind him was like, 9.5. He's like, he got your last pair. And I'm like, dang, like, I felt bad, but it was like, I got mine. So
yeah. But you bought your right size shoe though,
right. But
so that's different.
No. It's still messed up.
No, it ain't messed up. Because if I stood in line and I got if I stand in line and I get a size 9, that is my size. Right. Now, if I stand in line and you behind me with a size, you wear 11, I wear 9. All I got is 11 left.
You gotta get the system.
I got the 11. Then now I've seen this happen too. I'm gonna buy your size. Then, if you want them,
gonna get it.
You gotta hit me.
You gonna get the extra on top. But that's what happens. So I am a firm believer of not to knock nobody else who does. I'm not a believer in paying over retail. Like it has to be a shoe that I wanted when I was a kid, or it has some type of sentimental value to me. Because now, like you said, you buy a shoe for $200 or $170, and now you see it for $450. I'm like,
I'm gonna give you a prime example. So the Yeezy slides, like the regular little slides, right? They retail for $80, right? The little foam runners, they retail, I think, for
like 60.
Like $8. No, the actual the Croc. I think they retail for like $100, right? When we was in Orlando a couple weeks ago, went to a store. Guess it's a resale store.
Right.
The Yeezy slides were $400 for the slide. Now, mind you,
for the Croc looking version,
for the Croc looking joint, right? So I said, okay, hold on 1 second. So I'm talking to just how much you want for these? Just curious. Man, price tag say $450, right? Now he tried to be all tough, you know what I'm saying? So I put up StockX. I said, well, StockX got the same shoe for $100. So I'm gonna go ahead, and then I heard somebody else. Oh, for real?
Oh,
I'm about to. So you try to stun on me, and then you end up losing business. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do resale, just make it reasonable. That's all I'm saying, man. Like if the shoe is $200, you charge somebody $225, $250.
That makes sense.
But if you charge somebody $600, $700 for what? Like, and don't buy it. Don't buy it. I'm just honest with you. Don't buy it.
So you feel so now to sum it up, you feel that the sneaker game is worse now.
It's horrible now. It's horrible because the love for the sneakers are gone now, man. Like when you have people that never. Don't appreciate the culture for one, and then when you see people put on sneakers, they don't even wear them right. Like you could just tell.
Well, people don't even wear sneakers now. Like
yeah.
I remember. I thought even though you sneaker, you still would wear your shoes because now you're seeing videos of people shoes crumbling because they got shoes from 10, 11, 12 years ago trying to break it out.
And I hate the hype beast stage. Like you remember what was the Ben and Jerry Dunks. We was sitting right here. We was about to record an episode, people. We was online, and my man's got AT&T fiber in the crib, so the internet speed is blazing.
Blazing.
Sold out. Not less.
It was not even a minute.
Less than 20 minutes.
When I hit confirm address, it was like, sorry. I'm like,
less than 20 minutes after that. Somebody was posting online with the sneaker that actually put real ice cream in their shoe and got mine. I'm like, see, that's what I don't. That's why I said the game is messed up, man.
So, but who is that for? Is it who's hyping it up for that? Is it the people who does the resale? Is it the media? Like, who are we blaming for this whole bad sneaker thing? Because, like you said, there was a time where people appreciated the shoe. Mm-hmm. It had some meaning to it. It had some value, some purpose. I remember Jordan playing these.
Yeah.
I remember LeBron wore these and won the championship. Like, it had that. But now it seems like it's more like, how much can I get for these shoes? How much can I sell it for?
When the money got involved, man.
It always messes up.
It does. But so I can tell you the two sneakers that actually did it, right?
Okay.
The Nike Galaxy 1 Foamposites, the All-Star Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the tragic event happened down in Orlando with some people. They were riding in the mall for the sneakers. They pulled them off the shelves and made them exclusively online.
Stupid.
And then the Nike Air Yeezy 2, when they dropped them, I'll never forget, it was on a Sunday. The Knicks were playing, and all of a sudden, Nike just drops the sneaker on, like on a Sunday, out of the blue. And then when the resale value for those sneakers were $60,000, $75,000, when people realized, hey, there's money in this,
right?
That's what did it.
But I mean, on the positive side, though, there are people that are now making sneaker business and doing it the right way.
Absolutely.
all the people, didn't the execs from Nike get caught with all those sneakers or sign or something?
Yeah,
like
so
that?
an executive, prime example,
Right.
had storage units with all of these exclusive sneakers from Nike and from the actual employee shops, and they would turn around selling them for quadruple the price, which once again
sitting on 300 pairs of each store.
But I can't get one pair of sneakers. So the people, shout out to all the entrepreneurs out there.
Yeah.
If you're doing it the right way, and listen, I'm all for supporting the business. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing: if you don't even have a genuine love for sneakers, and you're just trying to get over on people, we don't need that in the sneaker culture. You need to move around. Yeah, get your money by all means necessary when you're doing it the right way. But you know what I'm saying? If you got a pair of sneakers on and you got them laced all the way to the top and choked up, for one, you don't know what you're doing, and you just in it because it's a fad, and it takes the love and appreciation away from the sneakers, man.
So when you wear a pair of sneakers, or you get a pair of sneakers that you always wanted, or whatever the case may be, what does it really do for you? Like, how does it make you feel? Take us through that process, right?
Oh, man.
Like, people who ain't into sneakers may not understand that.
It's nothing like clicking on checkout and it says successful, your shipment is on its way. It's a beautiful feeling. And then when you get them, for me personally, I might sit on the pair. And I learned this from my mother. My mother back in the day for school, right? Like the first day of school, everybody used to put on they first couple weeks, their best joint. My mom used to be like, man, nah, I used to wait. And then when everybody else run out, they new stuff. That's when I hit them with the boom. So that's how I took my approach with sneakers. So I may get a pair of sneakers, right? Mm-hmm. I may not wear them for 3, 4, 5, months right before. But when I do put them on, it's a beautiful feeling because they brand new. Open that box, I got a fit coordinated with it, and it's somewhere special.
So you do that too, where you don't rock your shoes till you got something to fit to go with it.
Yeah, but because I got so many different pairs of sneakers I can wear, I'm like, okay, this is the right time where I'm going where I can rock these. You know what I'm saying? So I've sat on some sneakers for some years before I put my feet in them before. So not because of a hype beast, it's just like the weather not right, or this ain't the right place.
Let me let it die.
It's got to be the perfect scenario because when you walk in that room, you know they're gonna be like, oh man, when them drop, or oh man, like I remember those, and then especially when they brand new, that's a beautiful feeling. It's like that new car. When you buy that new car, you want to ride through the neighborhood, put your windows down, you put on some music, like, hey,
what you say? Hey, I thought you were saying my bad.
Right, it's the same feeling.
Where the QT at? It's right there.
It's right there.
All right, we're looking at it. I was just making sure you straight.
There's nothing in the world that beats that feeling.
So you brought a special pair of shoes to you.
Yes.
What shoes?
So
I know. But.
Yeah, I got you. So my Winning Like 82. Mm-hmm. This shoe is special to me for one. These came out a year before my wedding ceremony, and my colors were navy blue and silver for those that didn't attend. Yep. Not only did I have a pair, my wife, I was able to get her a pair as well too. It was like magical. I was able to get both pairs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, don't do that. No. And she was like, hey, it was her idea. She's like, hey, listen, after after we say our dues, when we go to the reception, let's hit them with these joints. So I like, all right, I wanted my J's to be so fresh, and it hurt me so much that I couldn't put them on because blue is my favorite color. So I sat on these joints all the way to October. I couldn't get my feet in them joints fast enough. So to walk down them stairs, you know what I'm saying? And not only did I have mine on, my wife had hers on. We went out, did the little dance and all that, man. It was a very special day. I was surrounded by a bunch of special people and one of my favorite sneakers. So to this day, this will always be like, I will always equate this sneaker to one of the best days of my life. So yeah, that's your
sneaker store.
Yeah, that's my sneaker
I don't have a sneaker, but it's displayed up here. 10s, 3s, and 11s are like, those are my favorite type of things. I actually started getting into ones, which never thought I would get into ones. And I've been, shout out to the sneaker guys, they've been blessing me with the ones. So, but no, those things those are special to me because, like I said, those shoes are comfortable. But 11 in any flavor is
you can wear
iconic.
And then especially if you got the Concords, and if you don't have a pair of Concords in your closet, you're doing something wrong. You can wear those with anything, shorts, jeans. You can wear them with a suit. You can wear a pair of Concords with anything, and that's what makes that shoe so special.
I see ladies wear dress, skirts, maxi dress, like everything.
You can put it. Yeah, absolutely.
Now on the flip side, also of that though too, there's a lot of people that have been very critical of particularly of the guys who all buy sneakers, right? They're like, oh well, you could invest in this, you could buy life insurance, and you do all. What do you say? What do you have to say to this?
Move around. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. A lot of people do that, or they take, okay, well, you always buying sneakers, but you're not doing anything else.
You buying your kids all these shoes. What about this?
You don't know what I'm doing. And then here's the thing. I work and I earn my money just like you do. If I just decide I want to buy some sneakers because that's what makes me feel good, then I'm going to buy a pair of sneakers. Other people have other addictions. Mine would be sneakers. So at the end of the day, I ain't out here robbing, stealing, killing nobody for no sneakers. I'm just buying sneakers. And then mind your business, okay? The same time you telling me to invest in something, you need to go be investing in something else. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to that, you can't really count people's pockets. You can't tell people what to do.
They do it all the time.
No, I mean, because you got people saying, well, why are you buying your kids this, and that? And who am I? Who am I to say, who am I to judge to say what's right and wrong for another person in their household? If you want to buy your newborn all the new joints to drop with your baby and they fit, foot gonna grow, right. Whatever. That's if it works business. For you, like it don't affect me. So it doesn't bother me when people say stuff like that because I feel like you got to do what's best for you. Because you got some people who don't want their kids to wear a certain brand of shoe, right, or certain brand of clothing, like put on polo, and I know U.S. polo, right, and that makes a difference, right? Which is okay. I just feel like you have to find your own lane, your own space, whatever works for you. Let that be for you, but to tell somebody, oh, you spending all this money on this, and that, because like you said, there used to be a time where people were just buying shoes just to have them, and they got 400 or 500 pairs of sneakers. But now, like you said, let's be real. If something really happened to you, you was down bad.
I was just about to say that.
You sitting good.
I was just about to say that. So
let's be honest.
I do have an investment. I have a couple investments. Like if it really came down to it, I have a couple things in my closet, which I won't talk about, that I could get myself out of a jam or two if I needed to. You know what I'm saying? So there's the investment right there. So
I've flipped a lot. I have flipped a lot. Like, I mean, there was a time where I had. What do you think the most you've had at one time? The most sneakers you've ever had at one time? That many, dog?
Yeah, it's been a lot, man. I would say, well, I worked in the clothing store, so I would say before my apartment had got broken into, I probably had, this is no lie, I probably had about maybe 70 to 75 pairs of sneakers within 2 closets. Had a 2-bedroom apartment, and 1 room was just nothing but sneakers. So, and out of that, maybe 65, 70 pairs, probably maybe 30, 35 that I didn't even wear at the time because I had so many sneakers. Once again, I told myself once I started making some good money, everything that I ever wanted growing up, I was getting. So, yeah, and then I looked around, I was like, hey, man, I got more sneakers than I got feet.
I think I'm about 75, 85 is the most. That was probably somewhere between college to like just graduating from college. And that's when you got your different, my Adidas over here, my New Balance over here, J's over here, regular Nikes over here. That's probably the most I've had at one time. But the good thing I can say now that I do, that every year when I get to the end of the year, I give at least 5 or 6 pair away. Not like I don't sell it. Like, yo, I don't put it on Facebook Marketplace and say, look, who got the best price? I literally say, yo, if you wear a size 11, reach out to me. Here's 4 or 5. Now, to my wife, she don't like it because she's like, you just replace it because you're going to buy more. But I am doing something good with the shoes because I feel like, there's a lot of people that are less fortunate that want shoes. And now you got kids that 12, 11 years old, they wearing 13, 14.
So that's shoes, like my nephews. So like any sneakers that I've had, like I've given away sneakers, but like now it's like if I have sneakers that are in mint condition, my nephews in that certain size, here you go. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. And just see that. It's a good thing. And then
also now, like, my daughter's 13. She's just got into a phase of like liking sneakers and picking out her own flavor. My 8-year-old is more like, I want to match this with this. So as a sneaker admirer, it's great to see, that your kids do that, but
it's about to get real expensive for you though.
Oh, it is. It is. But that's part of the game, right?
Yeah.
You got to understand that you ain't gonna get every shoe, But my thing, you're doing good at school, you making good decisions for it. Why not reward you with things like that? So to sum it all up, to say, do what works best for you as it relates to sneakers. If you like it, do it. If you don't, whatever. My last question I have on that though, there's a lot of people now wearing reps. That's what they're called. Like all these, I don't know, they fake, they re-manufacture, but you go onto these different sites, you go overseas, and in 3 weeks,
I got you.
Like you order, you don't know what the box gonna look like. It's 50-50 on them Jones. You might get some A1, you might get something that somebody they took a break and came back on. Right. How do you feel about the reps?
I don't personally agree with it. Because once again, it takes away from the original, from the what I'm saying? So here's the thing, people. Here's how you can tell, one, if you got authentic or you don't. If it's raining outside and you put your sneaker on and you walk outside and your foot or your sock immediately gets wet, it's probably not real, okay?
Stitches all.
Yeah, stitches all off. If Michael Jordan's doing the crossover instead of the Jordan leap, it's probably not. But I just don't. To me, hey, you know what? I take that back. Some people, you may not be able to. That may be your only option at the time. So let me not say that I dislike that. But for me,
in my house,
I'm with all things.
If it ain't coming from the store,
right?
Offline,
And also too, what I've been doing is I've been doing a lot of over the last couple of years. There's some black-owned sneaker companies that I've bought. Not so I don't just spend money with Nike or whoever. Like what I'm saying, if it's a dope sneaker, whether it came from Nike or if it's something that you've owned, I will participate in it, donate to the cause. So that's another thing too, man. You have to be able to that's anything else, make the culture move forward. So you got to get behind it. So if you got somebody out there like, hey man, I got a sneaker like this, like for me,
or just a regular shoe, anything.
I like battle rap. There's battle rappers that have sneakers out, but they want a ridiculous amount of money for them. When that price come down, I would show my support. But just like with the Big Baller brand, when the Big Baller brand first came out, when the sneaker was like $500, everybody's like, yo, you're crazy. But people go spend that same type of money with Gucci, Louis, or whoever. So I get it. Do your thing, but I just support. And if you're a true fan of sneaker culture, you know what's right and what's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so
where would you want to wear it? If it worked for you and nobody tell, like you said, unless you are a true or real sneakerhead where the stitching off on that.
Yeah.
And you walk around with your black light, stuff like that, like whatever. If you okay with it and whatever's gonna come,
whatever makes you happy, just rock with it. But don't start talking all that trash though. If your feet is not right,
I paid $65 for these joints, cuz you paid $200.
Like we're not about to do that.
So, final thoughts. You want to lead the people on? Is it the shoes?
Oh, there's so many final thoughts because this is the season finale.
Episode 100.
Episode 100. I want to say, man, once again, like we always say, do what makes you happy. Don't let nobody deter you from anything. If you got a pair of sneakers that you love, no matter who else like them, you rock them. Be proud to rock your sneakers. You know what I'm saying? And be happy and be comfortable with that. I'm just appreciative for having an opportunity to still be doing this, man. Like I said, we've been through ups and downs, a lot of stuff that's happened. That's just been learning experiences. So I'm just thankful to still have listeners out there, still have people that hit me up. Hey man, I heard this episode. Shout out to all the new listeners now that I've been seeing in the comments or just responding. So it's greatly appreciated. I'm looking forward to the things we got in store for next season, man. I'm looking to collab a little bit more. To all of our past guests, once again, thank you. All the resharing, thank you. You don't understand how much that means when, like I said, I could be having a bad day and then I see somebody, repost something, reshare something. It just does something to you because people are appreciating the work that we've been putting in, man. So absolutely.
You said a lot, but
I know.
Thank you for, first of all, shout out to the sneakers. It ain't this what the young kids do now?
Yeah. Hold on,
What? What'd you say? Oh, I thought you said something. Right. Man, thank you for 100 episodes.
Absolutely.
As it relates to the sneaker, that's something that's real important to both of us. So I felt it's only necessary for us to end our season finale on this great topic because it's something that's our culture. Like, when it comes to sneakers, how we feel. It's something that makes us feel a certain way. Yep. So I thought it was great to talk about. I'm so excited we got to have the video one and bring that back. So hopefully we can bring that back for next season, for season 6. Thank you for 100 episodes, man.
That's
like
crazy.
You said,
it's people still
been
listening.
A lot of work, hard work, dedication, moments where you feel like, dang, does anyone care, anyone listening? But for us to continue to push through, for people to continue to say, look, man, I hear what you're doing. I see it. Keep moving and understand that what we represent and what we have is very special. So thank you for everyone who is tuned in. There's going to be bigger and better things. If you want to be a part of what we got going on, hit us up, B2B_podcast on all platforms.
Yep.
And everything.
Listen, we respond. We're always in the comments, either myself or 52 the boss. You're going to catch one of us, if not both of us. So
we ready, man.
Absolutely,
so,
man.
So, we definitely thank y'all. This is the season finale, episode 100. Thank you, God. Thank you for everyone that supported us. We definitely going to see y'all next season. But remember, when I talk, you talk, we talk. That's that free talk. Right here on the People's Podcast. Peace. Catch y'all next season. Stay safe.